What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Grind Force Gaming. Nova here with another Street Fighter Duel video, and we have a new fighter that was just dropped today. So as always, I have a fighter trial for you to help you beat this. I know that some people were having a hard time with it, and you'll notice one of my treasures was already picked up. It's because I started my screen record, got a phone call, ended the screen record, so I just restarted it so I could show you the first fight rather than skipping over it on the new screen recording. So anyway, here we are at the beginning of it, but people on Discord have been saying that this one's been difficult. They've been having a hard time with it, and it's tough. And I think, it's just another one of those fighter trials where you're going to have a hard time with it if you're trying to use Pharaoh Sagat, because he's just not good in this type of game mode. I have a theory about his release. I think we're about to see some new content come to the game, some new type of, some new type of progressive type of boss fight is going to start coming our way. That is really the only thing I can think of when I look at his kit and just kind of see how he functions, because he's only doing something for you if you're eliminating enemy players or your own teammates are getting eliminated. So as far as using his super and using his C2, I just don't find much of a use case for it. And I don't think that priority has changed in any way at all. If you're going for anybody else in your divination, I would just continue going for that. There are much higher priorities than him. He's going to be very niche, and I don't think that we have the use for him yet. But like I said, I have a theory about something that might be coming in the game. I need to explore this concept a little bit more. And I want to talk with some of the guys in my Discord about this too before I really talk about what I'm thinking might be coming our way. But currently, for what we play in this game, for what comes our way, like events and PvP and that kind of thing, I don't know why you would use him. I could maybe understand using him in PvE, like in story mode, if he was not pretty consistently positioned at the back of the fighting group. I don't know why he's not out front. There's this weird thing with class and with positioning with him. I don't know why he's not in the front. He's doing a lot of damage. So his C3 is very good. You'll see that it just nukes people sometimes when it goes off. And I did use his C3 pretty often, but overall, I tried not to use him as much as possible in this. I didn't have any issues with the trial, and it's because of that. I looked at the available fighters and said, who can I do this with? And I don't have to use Sagat. And if I do need a C3, I can use his, because it does do a lot of damage. It nukes people. It nukes E Honda in this trial, which is incredible, because more often than not, the E Honda teams are the ones that are most difficult to take down, just because it can be really hard to get past him when he's super built, and they have an Elena on the team as well. But more often than not, it's just very easy if you avoid ones like this. We've seen this with previous fighters in the past too. Just because they don't do well in this type of thing doesn't mean that the fighter's not good. Some of these fighters we don't see a use for until later, right? Some of the fighters that we saw come out in the past, people thought that they weren't good. And then later we realized we just didn't have the content for them yet. And I think that's his case. He does not do well in this because this is not what he's meant to be used for. It's unfortunate that they make you use the fighter in a certain way and you can't maneuver them around or whatever and actually make the teams the way that you would want to make them, because then it makes him look bad, right? They have this release right now for this new fighter that people were pretty excited about. He comes out, we see the kit, we get to use him in this very limited simulation of gameplay, not in a way that we would want to use him. And then people come out of the trials and be like, he's not good. This new fighter is terrible. Which I get, and I can feel that way sometimes about fighters as well. I felt that about, quite a few fighters, but they don't do well in PvE. They're better for PvP situations, or they might just be strictly a boss unit. If you guys remember the fighter trial for Fashion Ken, that was brutal. He is not good for this type of play. He's good for boss fights, and that's it. You don't want to use him in PvE or PvP at all. He's so bad at it. But he's a niche fighter. I think Pharaoh Sagat's a niche fighter as well. So we will see what comes up in time for him. I'm going to start doing some more videos here. For you guys that have been watching these videos that I've been doing, you might have noticed that I'm really just doing like one video for the events right now, and I've been covering these fighter trials too. But just had a lot going on outside of the Grind Force gaming stuff, so I haven't had a lot of time to do videos, but I do want to get back into it. I'm still playing this game very, very, very regularly. I play it every day, and I still really enjoy it. So I'm hoping to get, kind of back into the rhythm of things here and start talking more about the game. There's been a lot more onboarding recently as well of new players, so I just want to make sure that we can share as much information about the game as we can over these next couple months as the game continues to evolve. But I pulled up his skills here. I'm not going to go into these in detail. If you want to pause it and you want to read it, go for it. You can check it out on your game as well. His super is not dealing any damage, but it's just what brings up his. He brings up like a ghost. It's kind of like a Gen sort of situation where he brings up these like shadow versions of himself that he can call up if an enemy has been defeated or if a friendly has been defeated. And I believe it is friendly as well. But whatever, like I said, I don't really want to go too much into these because I didn't do too much research myself on the way that his moves work. I gave him a quick read over and then immediately realized he's going to be tough to use in the trial. So I just kind of didn't worry about it because 1, I'm not going to pull for him right now. 2, I know he's not good for PvP and PvE. And 3, why am I going to talk too much about what his skills are doing because I'm not going to use it. His C3 is really the thing that you want to use here. So what does it say? If a fallen fighter, I was too late to check it, but it popped up again there too. Go back and read it. I think it's friendly and I think that it's enemy as well. But anyway, his C3 is very good. This is pretty decent as well. I like the addition of more like combo gauge affecting things that are going on in the game right now. Like speed has always been a huge thing, and now we're seeing more fighters that are like decreasing speed. They're giving boost. They're giving like a new functionality for like how the speed combo gauge is used. And so I think that that's pretty cool. He's got something going on like that as well. So I'm intrigued to see who these next fighters are going to be that come out because we're looking for some fighters to still be rounded out. But anyway, guys, that was the trial. Hope it helped you. Sorry if I'm rambling on about this, but if you guys are enjoying the videos we do here at Grind Force, please hit subscribe, throw a like on the video, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.